This video is called Conservatives and Patriots Play by the Rules, the Left Subvert Them. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what have we seen in the leading up to the election campaign so far? They lost the election, so they came up with the Russia hoax when all the foreign influence was on the Democratic side. So now that hasn't worked, so now what are they talking about? They're losing the black vote, so they're talking about, we'll just throw, this is them talking, not me talking. I think this is disgusting. They're saying to themselves, oh, we'll throw the black people a few $1,000s at reparations. They'll fall for it and we'll get back their vote. Now, if I was a black person, I would be disgusted by that they think I'm that stupid. Anyway, now what else are they talking about? Throwing away the Electoral College, which has been the case in the American Constitution since it began. You're going to say you're Australian. Your country works on the popular vote. Why do you care so much about the Electoral College? The reason I care about America's Electoral College is, one, I have respect for their constitution more so than the left, and I'm not even American. Two, if Australia had 52 states, I would want us to have an Electoral College as well. I mean, do you want half a dozen states deciding the election when you got 52 states? Millions and millions of people's vote wouldn't even matter. And that's what the Democrats want. Because if they got rid of the Electoral College, there'd be no chance at all of a Republican ever winning the election or the legislative branch. The Democrats would only have to win states like California, New York, Miami, and Seattle, and maybe a couple of other states, and they win the election. They could lose the rest of the country. The majority of people might not want the Democrats in at all, but it wouldn't matter because they'd win half a dozen of those states and they'd win the election. Talk all this crap about every vote count, all this bullshit that they don't really believe, but what they really mean is own votes count. The states that are going to get us into the White House. They don't want your vote to count at all. They don't care about everybody's vote counting. It's disgusting. Oh, and what else have they talked about? Extending the seats on the Supreme Court. Why? Because a real patriot's got in and he's starting to put judges in that actually care about the Constitution, which, correct me if I'm wrong, I thought that's what a judge was supposed to do, follow the law. A judge isn't supposed to bring their political ideology into judgments and change the Constitution for their judgments. But that's what leftist judges do. They don't care about the Constitution. They think it's a document that you can alter according to the times and according to their ideology. As we know, that's not the case. Change the voting rules to 16. Now listen, when I was 16, I didn't know my arsehole from my earhole. I'm living off my parents, and I certainly didn't understand the world enough to be able to go and cast a vote and actually have a full understanding of what casting my vote actually meant. The reason why they want 16-year-olds to vote is because they'd be all still in liberal indoctrinated universities, and they're all going to come out and vote Democrat. It's whatever gets more votes for the leftist side of politics for the Democrats. Oh, and what did Kirsten Gillibrand say the other day? Oh, illegal immigrants should be able to get social security and welfare benefits. I already know some of them do over there, but Kirsten, the whole point of an illegal immigrant is they've illegally come into the country, they're not citizens, and they should not be entitled to the benefits that American citizens get. Now, in Australia, right, we've got thousands and thousands of migrants that have been shipped in from Sudan, southern Sudan, and Somalia, right? And they're all walking around in suits and they're all driving Mercedes Benzes and they're all living in middle class and upper class areas. And you got to ask yourselves the question, where are they getting the money from? What do Australian citizens get? Sweet fuck all. I had enough of this shit. We've got homeless in this country that are Australian citizens, and they get nothing. It is an absolute disgrace. I thought the whole goal of the government was to look after Australian citizens first. Apparently not. Now, if I'm a retiree in America or in Australia or any of the other Western countries that have had these disgusting policies brought in, I don't want to know that my extra taxes are going to illegal immigrants when there's millions and millions of Australians that needed to be looked after. Leftists and globalists have no rules, they have no principles. It changes with the wind as long as it suits them. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That is all.